In early 2024, the CEQ was in turmoil. Some MNAs were facing allegations of demanding donations for access to ministers at fundraising events.
But it's important, the image of integrity, at least for me.
The CEQ stopped collecting individual donations.
My MNAs didn't do anything wrong, all right? But the perception, it's the way people see that. They think that because a minister is at a cocktail, that there's expectations to give a contract in exchange. It never happened.
One could say this kind of partisan activity is part of an MNA's job, and they are right. But there is a way to do things.
Make sure that the invitation does not suggest that the citizen or anybody will have a privileged access to the member or a minister or anybody.
In 2024, the Ethics Commissioner spent a lot of time looking into whether CEQ MNAs respected ethics rules when inviting constituents to fundraising cocktails. So much so, she put together guidelines to highlight the existing rules.
It's to maintain and increase the trust of the population in their MNAs, but in the institutions, democratic institutions in general. So that's the bottom line. That's what's important.
The Ethics Commissioner ended up opening investigations into two CEQ MNAs, Louis-Charles Touin and Sylvain Lévesque. In both cases, she concluded they didn't cross the line. But Ariane Mignolet warns MNAs and their staff have to be careful when collecting individual donations. Lévesque resigned as second deputy speaker after the commissioner concluded in her report that he obstructed her investigation. She also revealed that his team in his writing office used information from the CEQ's database of party supporters.
You cannot use everything that's given to you by public resources, telephone, computers, everything. And the office itself, the constituency office, is considered public. You should not access partisan information from there.
Now that the guidelines are clear, the CEQ is considering collecting individual donations again next year. But the official opposition wants an explanation.
They basically told us in February, listen, we're just not going to do it because we can't respect the rules. So they have to, in all transparency, tell Quebecers and tell the Ethics Commissioner how they will change their approach in order to respect the guidelines and the regulations in place.
The Commissioner hopes these guidelines will be read and known.
To make sure that the public knows that these rules exist also puts pressure, I think, on the MNAs and the parties to make sure that to act accordingly, because if the public knows, they expect more.
For the Ethics Commissioner, it was not only necessary to publish these guidelines, but the timing was good. She knows there are less than 2 years before the upcoming election, and the political parties will be busy trying to raise money.